You want me to keep the white man on the cross. You want to keep crucifying him. I know. I understand it. So what I did, I said, okay, I pulled the letter back out. And I went back over the letter again this morning, last night, because you all want to keep the Willie Lynch letter. Now, I told you yesterday that the letter is like crack cocaine. It's a crutch for you. It's something for you to always keep blaming what's really internally in yourself. And since you argue with me on it and want to keep the letter, I'm going to be very calm today. I'm not going to get off I may go off later, but I'm not going to go like I did yesterday. I'm going to be very calm for a minute and try to explain to you why I said the letter is not the problem. Your nature is the problem. My nature is the problem. Until we reverse our nature, that letter can talk all day long, but it's our nature. The methods have worked on my modest plantation. This is from the letter in the West Indies, and we will work throughout the South. I'm going to read the letter for you, a little bit of it. Take this simple little list of differences and think about them. At the top of the list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, size of plantation, status on the plantation, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in a valley or on a hill, east, west, south, or north, have fine hair, coarse hair, or tall or short. Now that you have the list of differences, I will give you an outline of action but before that, I will assure you that distrust is stronger than trust and envy is stronger than adulation, respect, and admiration. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-ruling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe even 1,000. And we use that and we said, this is the reason why we hate each other, because they use these differences against us, and we've been using these differences against us, and that's why we hate each other. So I want to go back in history a little bit. I want to play a clip for you this morning. You all on the video audience, one day we're going to be able to be video active where you can see at the same time and listen at the same time. But you listen like the folks in the listening audience is right now. And listen carefully and see if you can remember this clip.
When I spoke of that nation, I wanted the name Tego to stand for peace, not total war. I wanted my armies to bring subjugation, not destruction.
To subdue another tribe, you must strike it once and for all. Total war, total subjugation to the paramount king, and total destruction to anyone who raises even a whisper against him. Never leave an enemy behind, or it will rise again to fly at your throat. There's no other way.
Yes, Shaka, there is. Faith
In what?
the human being, reason in each man's desire to believe in himself and his fellow man.
Zwide of the Ndwandwes is preparing an attack. His army is as large, if not larger than yours. He has heard of our battle tactics and has devised others, which I fear just as effective. He has only one wish, Baba, to crush you and your paramount into oblivion. And believe me, Baba, he won't do it with faith and reason. But if you say I've abused my freedom, I'll ask you to accept my resignation as commander of your regiments.
All right, now some of you all might already know where I'm going with this. You already got your gears up. Where was the white man in all of this tribal war we were doing before we got to the plantation? Where was the Caucasian in our conquering tribe against tribe before we got to the Oh, I know. That's right. In the movie Shaka, I used the movie on purpose because I know you're going to come with it. oh, the white man came in and caused us to divide each other again, the Willie Lynch story, and divide each other. And so he's still the culprit. However, Shaka's anger and Shaka's frustration, and just like the other tribes, anger and frustration was still there. Now let's go a little further. Because see, you don't want to stop there. I feel you this morning. You still got that white man on the cross and you want to crucify him. And I'm with you. I want to crucify him sometime too. But I want to go a little deeper since we are the God, since we are the first, since we are the ever living, the ever faithful. Yes, since we are that, let's go a little further. See, I brought another book with me this morning. I brought this book, the good book, we call it the Bible. I brought my Quran too. So it's just close to Sunday morning. I think I can go there this morning. Let's go to David. David hated his brother so much. Can I go there? That is Bible, and that's looking like us if we're going back. David hated his brother and wanted and envied his brother so much that he wanted his wife Bathsheba, that is the king of Israel. He sent him to the front line. Where was the white man in that picture? Oh, that's the 1,000-year Bible. That's the part of the Bible that you're not going to accept. David hated him so much. He had such envy and jealousy for the man. He wanted what was not his. He wanted the man's wife. He had a hatred and a longing for the wife, but he had a hatred for his enemy, and because he had the one to the wife, so he sent him to the front line. Where was the white man in that? Oh, that's not you. Okay, well, let's go to Moses then. Since we want to keep going back, I'm going to find you sooner or later. Yeah, how did Moses and them get to the land of Goshen? How did they get to the land? How did they get into the Israelites' land where they became slaves? If I recall, there was a young man named Joseph who had 12 brothers when I read the book, because we got to be in the book somewhere. If I keep going back further enough, I hope I'm going to find you this morning. I said I was going to go on a roll later on, but I might as well stay there right now. See, Joseph had some brothers who didn't like him because he was the younger of the other mother, and those brothers didn't like the brother from the other mother, so they took the brother and threw him in the well, the brother from the other mother. Threw him in a well and waited for some slave traders to come and sent him down to Egypt, and went back and told the father a lie that the wolves had come and took him. Where was the white man in that hatred, in that black hate? Because I know you revolutionary fighters can't disagree with me on that, because we always point to say, well, Moses was black because he lived in the house with the Egyptians, and he had to be black because we knew he was a black man, because the Egyptians that built these slaves that built the pyramids was black. So therefore Moses was black. So if Moses was black, Joseph was black. We getting somewhere this morning, because I'm going to take you all the way back to our self-hate. Let's keep going back a little further. Since we're the maker on the planet Earth and we're first, let's go on back to Cain and Abel. Yeah, let's go all the way back now to Cain and Abel. Oh, and that's the white man too? No, we can't pick and choose what part of history we want. We can't pick and choose when it's convenient to hide what's really deep inside of us. We can't keep blaming it on somebody else. This black hate is so deadly deep inside of us, we can't even shake it sometimes. Go back to Cain and Abel. Yeah, that's us too. We first, right? We can't be first when we want to be. We got to be first all the time. Go back to Cain and Abel. He slew his brother because the sacrifice that his brother had was a more acceptable to God than his sacrifice. So he slew him, killed his brother out of hatred for his brother. Yeah, now we getting somewhere. Yeah, out of hatred for his brother, he killed him. Yeah, now we getting somewhere. I mentioned yesterday that other races don't hate. Let me show you and get you off the hook this morning in part 2. Let me tell you why we hate. We don't hate because of Willie Lynch. We don't hate because of the letter. That's the internal nature of the devil that's inside us, as well as the white man, as well as every other race. You got two in you. You got a good side and a bad side. You got a yin and a yang. You got God that you can be, and you got devil that sometimes you want to be. I don't care who you are on the face of this earth. That's what you got in you. The only difference between us and the other races is they don't have anything to be envious of because they're on the even playing field. See, the whites are pretty much on the even playing field. Yeah, you got some poor white trash here and there, some trailer trash. But for the most part, each one of them can walk into the bank and apply for that loan and pretty much get it the same way. Each one of them got an even chance of getting something out of life. Each one of them come into the race at the same starting line. Same thing with the Koreans, same thing with the Japanese, same thing with the other races. It's not the Willie Lynch letter that has destroyed us. It's where we're at in this state and how we look at each other that destroys us. See, we not only even kill playing field as black men and black women because we don't have those same options that everyone else have. So therefore, we compete with each other. And in this competition with each other, it's not the dislike, it's the competition. It's not the hatred, it's the competition. We all have a natural desire to be first, but when we can't be first, we don't have the natural desire, which I want to teach you to learn how to do. We don't have the natural desire. I had Imam Kazim used to tell me, he said, brother, if you see one of your brothers doing something successful and you can't do it, or you are not able to help him, get on the sideline and get you 2 pom-poms and say, go, brother, go. Go, brother, go. Go, because if he gets there, then he's going to open the door for you to get there. And the more of us get there, then him not getting there, we're able to all get there eventually and end this self-hate. The hatred got to stop. I'm just trying to give you a guideline to start. Frankie said something to me yesterday after I got off the air. He said, brother, you hit that one over the head. How are we going to fix it? And he gave me ways that he does and ways that I do. You have to recognize it. I hate every day, but I got to recognize that I'm hating and say, Daoud, stop. You hating on your brother. You see something that somebody else accomplished, stop. Appreciate it. Applaud it. Applaud it. 100%. Get behind it. Push it. That way, it beats a hatred out of you and it causes you to start falling in love with your brother. Applaud the efforts of each other. Applaud the accomplishments of each other. No matter how small it is, no matter how minuscule it is. My ex-wife used to always tell sister, she said, I used to always wonder why she do it. She would see sisters, she'd say, when we would go play, she'd say, oh, you look so beautiful. And she would do it to give that person that expression of confidence, to give them an expression and everybody loves to feel good. How many times do you go and say, hey, brother, I love you? I love you. I love you, man. Say it even if you don't mean it. Say it until you mean it within inside yourself, and therefore you begin to grow and you begin to transform. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I'm witnessing inside myself, because I told you before when I started this show, I was a hating dude, but I'm learning. Somebody asked, I think it was James asked the question yesterday on Facebook, which comes first, love or peace? Love conquers all. Well, I can't have peace with my brother until I first love him. Love conquers all. I may be, as the scriptures say, hey, I may can sing all day long, but I'm just talking claptrap if I don't love you. This is your brother No Covers. I do part 3 tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to wrap this black hate up, but I want you to see something today. Yeah, I said burn the Willie Lynch letter because we go back through history. It's human nature to hate. The devil put that in us. It's human nature. And I know I got some black scholars that's going to get upset with me because we're going to debate this creation of the devil. And we're going to create look, if you don't think you got a devil in you, look in the mirror long enough. You'll find him. Just stand there and look long enough. If you think for 1 second that you ain't got some devil, if you made him and you made the devil, he had to come from somewhere. So if you think for 1 second that you so strong, you so black, you so proud, you so right on, brother, that you don't have no devil inside yourself, look in that mirror, that one right there, the one I keep on my desk. Look in there long enough. If you go in there long enough and you look long enough, you'll find him. He's sitting there in there. I got one in me. As a brother Imam Sharif always tell me, I got one in me. He said Muhammad had one in him, but he got his and taught his to submit. I'm trying to teach mine to submit. Every one of us got one in us. The job is to teach it to submit.